Hello and welcome to This Day Devo. Pastor Guy here. Good to have you with me today as we read John chapter 8, verses 31 through 59 in our John reading plan through the New Testament, learning about what it means to believe and live in the power of Christ. And today, Jesus is answering some questions for us about the truth of being set free, the connection of the Jews to both Satan, the devil, the father of all lies, and to Abraham, where Jesus claims to be I am, that I existed before Abraham was born. So here's how this kind of flows through, because what happened, you may have noticed this, we journeyed from Jesus said to the Jews who had believed to at the end they picked up stones to throw at him and Jesus had to hide himself and go out of the temple. So he's talking to these people who have a superficial faith and he's challenging them with following Jesus. So the question is, where Jesus says to those who believe, if you know my word, you remain in my word, you are truly my disciples, and now you know the truth. You have the truth. The truth is going to set you free. And those who are set free are free indeed. But that begs the question that these folks are asking, the question that you may be asking or may have asked of you sometimes. What does it mean to be set free? And if I want to be set free, what am I being set free from? Am I enslaved? In fact, they said that right here. I've never been enslaved to anyone. I've never been enslaved to anything. I am my own person. I make my own decisions. No one else is controlling me. By golly, I'm free. And Jesus gives them a beautiful answer, a point-blank answer, an important answer that we all need to understand. He says, truly, truly, meaning, hey guys, everybody stop, pause, look at me, eyes up here. What I'm about to say is important. Truly, truly, this needs to be heard. You need to listen to this. He says, I say to you, everyone who practices sin is a slave to sin. If you've got sin in your life that is controlling you, you're a slave to that. If you're involved in sin, if you're involved in evil, you're a slave to that. It is controlling you. And who's behind that sin? Because they continue to push back. When they say, oh, we're not enslaved to sin. Abraham's our father. I'm Jewish, right? I'm of this holy descent of this chosen people. And Jesus says, no. You may be ethnically a descendant of Abraham, sure. You may be a Jew. You may be an Israelite. But you know what? If you're a slave to sin, your father is the devil. That's what he says. He's like, your father's the devil, man. He's like, you are allowing the father of all lies to pull at the strings of your life because you're enslaved to sin. And so what's the call for us? To not follow the desires of the devil, their father, and be enslaved to his sin, but instead to turn towards Christ, to be set free, to be forgiven, to lay it down at the foot of the cross, to be set free. And Jesus says to them, if anyone keeps my word, he will never taste death. You will pass from this earth, but you will not taste eternal death. You will be raised into eternal life. You will have heaven. You will have paradise today. It's the gift that comes only through the cross. And so they were so upset by the way that this was taught to them, and their faith was so superficial that they picked up stones and they threw at him because their faith was never real. They were never set free, and they were truly, truly slaves to sin, slaves to the father of lies. But Jesus affirms again, he is God in the flesh, God incarnate. In verse 58, when Jesus said to them, truly, truly, again, hey, this is important. Listen to me. You got to hear what is about to come out of my mouth. I say to you, before Abraham was, I am. He's always been there. He always will be. He's always watching. He's always forgiving. And he loves you. Today I learned this about Jesus, and on this day I will this. How do you fill in those blanks today? And you look great. I'll see you soon. Are you free today? Are you free indeed? Bye.
Every word sent down from heaven as the power of Christ.